Well, I think I was eager to switch to a new biller. We were having a ton of problems with the company we had been using for 5 or 6 years, where the communication was really poor. Our AR kept climbing. We just weren't getting answers to any of the questions we had. So I was starting to look at my options of what other outsourced billers could I use. I definitely wasn't interested in bringing billing in-house. I wanted to be able to use a company outside of ourselves. Well, my concerns were really problems with organization of the company that we were using, the lack of communication, the inability to get details of the cases if patients had questions. So those were some of the big things that we were really struggling with. So their organization is ridiculously good. The communication style is excellent. We are finally able to get detailed answers for any of our questions. And if we want to know, I'm a questioner. I love to know depth and detail of things. So I want to know how much are we getting paid per CPT code, per insurance company. And even if our EMR is not necessarily giving us some of that material easily, they really are working with us to problem solve to be able to help us get the data that we need to best run our practice and be able to optimize our billing reimbursement as well. So some of my favorite things are we have weekly billing meetings. So we have our direct biller and the biller CEO right now coming in with myself and my director of admin. And so every week we are looking at our dashboard, which they have already pre-filled out. What did we charge in the past week? What were our collections, insurance versus patient-based? What kind of denials did we have? Why are we having those denials? To be able to really see what is happening on a week by week basis and then a monthly basis as well. So having that weekly one-on-one where we're doing Zoom calls is really helpful to be able to problem solve anything that might be happening or share those concerns or the kind of depth of information that we're looking for and have them then go back and try to find answers to those things. So the weekly billing meetings for sure. We also have a shared Google Sheet. So when our biller has a question about something, they need a new referral or a authorization, or it's like the member number was wrong, something was going on, they will put those patients in a shared Google Sheet. So we're also using Google Drive and Google Emails, so everything is HIPAA compliant and our communication back and forth. But instead of sending out 40 emails a week on what's going on with this patient, and this patient had a question, being able to keep track of all of that on a Google Sheet, and then it's color coded if it's open or closed. So if it's something we still need to be looking at, and did the biller put it on there or did we put it on there? So we have the ability to do both of those things. And then the fact that I can just look at my weekly scorecard and that is kept up to date with all the details of what I need to know to be able to make sure our billing is kept where we want it to be. I think just really appreciating the level of detail and communication and organization that they have for us. It is unlike anything that we have dealt with in the past. So I am incredibly thrilled that we changed billers. We've been with them a little over a year now. Our AR is lower. They really stay on top of the kind of buckets of what is 30 days out, 60 days out, 90 days out, 120 days out, and are aggressive in going after those amounts as well. Because we all know if billing goes much past that, we're never collecting that money. So we also have access to be sending out our own patient statements, we had some problems with a previous biller where a patient came to me and said, well, I've never gotten a bill. And I was hoping it was because it was a physician that we worked with and that we had made that note to not send this person a bill. But the billing company then said to me, no, we've sent her bills every month. And this is a physician who is a referral source. She is not going to text me on a Sunday and say, hey, I haven't gotten a bill from you, if she's actually gotten a bill. So we never knew when patient statements went out. We didn't know what they look like. We didn't have access to kind of double check them to make sure that there weren't any ones that in our brain we had a question about. So this way we have access to look at them, we have control over sending them out, and also control over making sure the patient monies get collected. So we never had to do that before. Our billing company worked on collecting both the insurance and the patient portion. So it has been a little of a learning curve for our staff to learn how to do that. But it is nice to have the control over trying to get those invoices paid in-house as well. Yes, I would definitely recommend them to other owners. And truly, as I've said, they are the best billing company that we have worked with. And just the level of care and commitment, so much higher than anything I've worked with. I would email my old company and not hear back for a week and still not answering. They'd answer like half my questions instead of all my questions. So, again, I've been incredibly pleased and would highly recommend this billing company to any small physical therapy practice that is looking to outsource their billing.